Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again. Apologies for the slight breathlessness again today. I've been suffering with this cold now for about a week and I think I'm just about over the worst of it. I'm still struggling for breath. But it's not really surprising in the location that I'm in. I've come back to the Malvern Hills today and I'm currently doing a walk which I previously failed. And if you've seen my recent video all about sharing my failures as well as successes, then this is the walk that I was talking about, where I didn't take any photos and I got lost twice on that walk. Well, I've since downloaded the OS Maps app and I've got that on my phone, and I've set up a route now on my phone, on the app, which I'm now following, and hopefully I'll get it right this time. I say hopefully. I've actually turned the route on its head. So where I started previously is now going to be the finish line, and where I would have finished had I completed the walk previously was the start line of today's walk. I've already got about halfway through the walk. I've done the first part of the walk. I've been up Herefordshire Beacon, Millennium Hill, Hangman's Hill, Broaddown and Swinyard Hill already, and I've just come down from Swinyard Hill, and just along this path along here is Swinyard Car Park. But I've only taken one photo, and that was from the top of Swinyard Hill, looking back to the north towards Hangman's Hill, with Perseverance Hill, Jubilee Hill and Black Hill all in the distance, and I think even possibly Worcestershire Beacon as well, but I'm not certain about that. So now I'm heading towards Gullet Quarry, which is just along this path, and then from there I'm going to head on and finish the walk by going up Midsummer Hill, Hollybush Hill and then Ragged Stone Hill and eventually Chase End Hill. I'm not certain I will definitely get to Chase End Hill. I'm hoping to get to Ragged Stone Hill anyway, but I might just forget Chase End Hill when I get there, purely and simply because I was up there for the vlog anyway when I started the vlog previously. So I don't really need to go up there again. I didn't get a photo up there. I didn't think there was a great photo opportunity, but from Ragged Stone Hill there probably will be, and that may well be the finish of the video. I'll make my mind up when I get there. But in the meantime, I'm heading off now past Gullet Quarry. So this behind me is Gullet Quarry, and you can see those massive rocks at the very back of it. I've actually walked along the path somewhere over in this direction. There's a fence up there which blocks the path off, so you can't fall off the edge of it really. And then from there I've had to kind of skirt around the back of those rocks and come back down the side of Swinyard Hill on the other side of those rocks towards the car park. I'm not sure whether I can get a decent image of this from here because these trees are in the way, obscuring me. But I'm going to give it a try anyway, and I'll try a handheld shot because, like I say, the trees are in the way anyway. I'm not sure the image is going to work perfectly, but I'll give it a go anyway. Hope you like this image. Just up ahead of me, over in this direction, is the summit of Midsummer Hill, which I can see probably about 50 yards off at the minute. And I've just spotted a shot over here of the East-North obelisk that I've never seen before. So I'm going to probably stop here and take a shot of that at the top of Midsummer Hill. But before I get to the top of Midsummer, what I want to tell you is I've had to take a detour to get here. After I left Gullet Quarry, I followed the path up away from the quarry, and it was a clear path. But also I was looking at the OS Maps app, and the route that I'd actually set up myself on the app took me off the path. And as I looked at the route that took me off the path and looked up it, it was a sheer climb up the hill, which looked very dangerous to me. And last night we had quite a lot of heavy rain near here, and the water was just trickling off the hill. So I felt like it was a little bit unsafe to be climbing that particular part of the hill. So instead, I've carried on walking up the path and skirted around and found another path which has brought me back on to the side of the hill with a much easier climb up the side of it. So I'm going to head to the top of Midsummer Hill now, and from there I'm going to go to Hollybush Hill as well, which is only a short walk from the top of Midsummer. So I'm going to head up there now and stop and take a photo of East Nor obelisk. But also, before I do that, behind me I've got beautiful views back towards the northern end of the Malvern Hills, as you can see just there. So I've stopped here under a tree and had a look back at it, and the view is spectacular, and you've got light coming in and out all the time because of the clouds that are just floating across the sky. There's quite a breeze up here as well, so the clouds are moving quite quickly, and every so often you get a few seconds where there's a shaft of light on a particular part of the hill, which looks beautiful. So I've stopped to take a couple of shots there. I'll show you my favourite one now, and in the meantime I'm heading to Midsummer. So apparently there's an Iron Age hill fort just here behind me on the top of Midsummer Hill, and that was given to the National Trust back in 1923. It's quite an interesting building. It's just what looks like just a stone hut that's been built on the top of the hill, but I can't get in it and sit down because, as you'll probably notice, there's a wrought iron fence that's been put up at the front of it, so I can't actually get in there and have a sit down. I could probably try and squeeze through the bars right in the middle, but I'm not going to. But anyway, I'm going to stop here and have my lunch, and then I'm heading over to Hollybush after I've taken a picture of the East Nor obelisk behind me, and then I'll head over to Hollybush. Well guys, I'm going to call it quits here for this vlog now. I did manage to get a shot, in fact 2 shots, of the East Nor obelisk over in that direction. One was a portrait, one was a landscape. I don't know which I prefer yet. They were both taken handheld using the 100-400mm lens. So I don't know how well they're going to turn out, but whichever one I prefer, I'll show you now. I've really enjoyed this walk. It's been a lovely day, beautiful weather, but I'm just a bit conscious now that the breeze is getting up a bit, and I don't think I'll be able to make it to Hollybush Hill and get back down to Hollybush and get back to where I need to get to catch the train home in plenty of time. So I'm going to call it here. Rather than going to Hollybush, I'm going to carry on back past Gullet Quarry once again, and then from there I can head on up to Swinyard Car Park, where I can make my way fairly easily back from there, hopefully in plenty of time. So if you've enjoyed this vlog, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Also, please remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I look forward to seeing you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.